Wi-Fi, so this is going to work. Live from my YouTube channel while I was out for a walk, because I'm always, hopefully I'm not like blaring the sun in your face, because the sun is right behind me. But I wanted to come live on the straight from the YouTube channel, because I'm always talking about, you know, connecting with nature and how nature heals and how nature is just a natural therapy, and how you need to connect with nature and all of that kind of stuff, right? So I wanted to come live while I was out for a walk. And I wanted to share with you some of the things that I, kind of showing you how you can connect with nature on your own terms, so to speak. So what I'm going to share with you is just a couple scenes, and hopefully I can flip my camera around for you to see. So let me check this out. So as I'm walking, right now I don't know if you can hear, but there's a woodpecker that's up in this tree somewhere. But as I'm walking, this is some of my view. Right, so there are ducks that are in the water, and then there are, of course, some really pretty plants along the side, and then there's a guy up there walking his dog. But there's some amazing trees along the way as well. It's not necessarily the quietest route because it is beside a road, but the view is really pretty. And I just wanted to share, let me flip back. I just wanted to share a couple ways that you can, connect with nature on your own terms. Just because you may not necessarily live in a neighborhood where you can walk beside a lake filled with all kinds of birds like ducks and sandhill cranes and great blue herons, and what else is there? The Rosita spoonbill, and pass a lot of people walking their dogs, right? And I wanted to share ways that you can do that even if you're not able to get out. And one of the simple ways is by bringing fresh flowers into your home, right? You can simply have someone bring some fresh cut flowers from the grocery store, wherever you shop. It's very, very simple. Bring those in, pop them into a pretty vase, and enjoy those. You can also have potted plants inside of your home, right? They help to oxygenate the air as well as pull pollutants from the air as well. One of the best plants that you can put in your home is the snake plant. And there are lots of other ones as well that you can utilize. I think what I'll probably do is just go around and share with you some of those that I have that you can put in your home. But as I'm walking, I'm passing all these amazing trees and different plants. Let me flip back around again. I'm passing all of these trees and plants, and everything is just so green. And of course, there's the water, right? And it's just so pleasant. Oh, let me stop here. I want to share these flowers with you. For those of you who may not be able to get out, I'm bringing nature to you. So these are the miniature oleanders. They are considered to be poisonous. So if you have kids or if you run a daycare, this is one that they usually recommend that you do not have in your yard. But it has this amazing smell, really, really pretty, like perfume, right? And looking back there's the lake that I was walking past just now. So I usually walk this area. We flip back around. I walk this area, and because I'm a master herbalist, I'm always on the lookout for, wild edible wildflowers that grow here. I'm in Florida, and there are quite a few. There's one right up here against the fence, but actually, let me go and share that with you. It's outside someone's yard, but this right here is one. And anytime I'm walking, this is Spanish needle. Most of you are probably familiar with this, right? This is an edible Florida. That's why it's called Spanish needle, because of those things right there. Right? It has some really pretty flowers on it. Right? There's the flower. It's sacred geometry, pentagon. And then right beside it, here's another edible weed. This is a pepper plant, and we're not. This walk is not about edible weeds. I'm just sharing them with you. You know, these are things that I find on my walk. So this is a pepper. It has a kind of a spicy kick to it. All right, let's keep walking. So I'm going to go down here, and then I'm going to cross. There's like a little park right there. And there's a park across the street. Not too many people are there right now, though. So my walk is usually about 2 miles. My daughter is with me. She rode the bike right in front of me. So yeah, it's about my walk. My walk typically is about 2 miles. Takes me about 30 minutes, less, if I'm always, stopping and chatting and showing people flowers like I'm doing. I want to show you one more. This is an African iris. Look at this. Just by sharing with you some of the plants that I see along my walk. So I'm going to continue. And this is something that I've always talked about in my live streams, that you should always try to get in touch with nature, connect with nature, go outside and do some grounding if you can. And let's talk about that for a minute, because there are ways to do grounding without actually going outside. If you do have potted plants in your home, one of the ways that you can actually ground is by taking your finger and simply putting it into the soil and keeping your finger in there maybe 5 or 10 minutes if you can. And that way you're connecting, you're grounding. I know it seems kind of weird. You're like, grounding, stick my finger into some soil. But when anybody who gardens, they're grounding, whether they realize it or not. The sun is right in front of me. It's going down. It's so pretty. So that's one way of grounding. If you're not able to actually get outside and stand on the ground, then if you have potted plants inside your home, you can simply take your finger and stick inside of the soil in your potted plants, right? But if you are able to get outside, just because it's not a park or a nature park doesn't mean that you can't enjoy nature. You enjoy nature on your own terms, and that's what this is all about. I just happen to be walking through the neighborhood, and it's filled with trees, and everyone has their beautiful gardens. So I get to enjoy that, right? So if I didn't have all of the gardens in my home, I would be able to just come and just enjoy it by walking through the neighborhood, right? So you can enjoy nature on your own terms. You don't let somebody else dictate to you how you're supposed to enjoy nature, because not everybody lives in the same area. Not everybody has the same type of access to natural surroundings, right? So you have to determine how you can connect to nature, because nature is so healing. It is very, very therapeutic. It's very good for the body. There's a lot of studies that have been done to show that that nature is very, very healing. I'm passing a magnolia tree. Oh, it's so pretty. But I think the owner just came outside, so. But I definitely would love to share that with you. I am making some magnolia sugar, and I'm going to be posting that on my Instagram later on. I bet you didn't know that magnolia is edible. The magnolia that I'm referring to, and I'm pretty sure that most magnolia flowers are edible, but don't quote me on that. Do your research to find out if the ones in your area are edible. But I know that the Magnolia grandiflora, which is the one that's called the southern magnolia, you can use the flowers to make magnolia sugar, and you can infuse it into honey, all kinds of things. So I've made some magnolia sugar. So I'm going to finish that up later on. But there's another way that you can connect with nature as well. You can work with the herbs. You can work with different essential oils. Those are all made from plants. So if you have access to some essential oils, if you have different herbs that you can make into teas, that's another way that you can connect to nature. You don't necessarily have to go outside, sit down for 5 minutes or stick your thumb into the soil. You're connecting with nature when you're drinking a cup of tea. It's a totally different way. Now, I'm not saying don't go outside, because we all need our vitamin D, right? We all need that. So, but if you're not able to, there are ways that you can connect to nature. You can pop on maybe some YouTube videos that have a lot of what you call it. The bird just flew overhead. Pop on a lot of videos that have maybe ocean sounds or maybe some animal sounds, and enjoy nature that way, right? You can watch the videos, you can listen to the sounds. There's a lot of different things. So this is why I decided to come on and go live while I was on the walk, because I know that I talk about nature and how healing nature is, and how we need to get out into nature and that sort of thing. But I don't want you to feel that you have to do it the way that I say, right? You can find your own way of connecting to nature. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and I'm going to pick up the speed a little bit, because usually by now I'm like more than halfway done. But I kind of paced myself so I wasn't panting in these videos. All right, so this is day 15 of the lupus awareness, and that's why I wanted to share nature and nature's healing benefits. As far as having anybody who's been diagnosed with lupus or any kind of autoimmune condition or any kind of chronic illness, for that matter, it's not just limited. Nature doesn't limit who benefits from its healing. Anybody who walks out into nature is getting health benefits, whether they realize it or not. All right, so this is day 15 of lupus awareness, and just an encouragement to connect with nature on your own terms. If you have any questions, please feel free to pop them into the comment section, and I will get back to you with those. You can also reach out to me, on any of my social media. You can also check out all of my other videos that I have on YouTube, because there's quite a few where I discuss nature and all of its healing benefits and different ways of connecting to nature and that sort of thing. I'm hoping that I didn't give anybody kind of whiplash while I'm walking and the phone is shaking. But thanks for hanging out with me just for these few minutes. And if you like this kind of stuff as I'm walking, and we can do this more often, because I thought I don't do these walk lives too often, because I know that it can get kind of jerky. But I will see you all again real soon. If you're new to my channel, please Um, just put a finger or press that little red button, and also press the bell beside it, and you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. If you want to join my channel on a more consistent basis, you can also become a member. Simply click the join button and you'll be directed to, I think, 3 or 4 different levels right now, where you will get coaching within the group that you'll be directed to once you pay your monthly membership fee. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. This corner is getting a little busy, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys in another time. Now all I have to do is figure out how to end the live stream, right? Because I don't usually do this when I'm live.